What's going on, guys? Joel here, the most real and best manifestation YouTuber, and I wanted to talk about feel it real. What does feel it real mean? So what people say when they mention feel it real is they want you to feel what you think would feel like to have your desire. It's called frequency matching. You're matching a specific frequency that you have when you have your desire. But that is bullshit, because when you get your desire, there's a small instance, a small window, where that desire causes you to feel real elation, real joy. But then everything normalizes, everything comes back down on the pendulum, and you start having more emotions along the spectrum. So you can match many different emotions. You don't need to pick that elation, that joy, that sense of fulfillment, because that is only a small, tiny window. A small window chance to match. When you're trying to frequency match on the quantum time field, you're going to want to match a frequency that you're more accustomed to. So you can match many different emotions. You can match, the number one emotion that you can match is neutrality. You can always match neutrality because you always feel neutral. There's more instances in your life where you feel neutral than sad, than unhappy, than happy, than joyful. Neutrality is the most reliable emotion. But some people are more angry than others. Some people are more happy than others. I happen to be a more angry person, so I like matching rage or anger. You can match many different types of frequencies in order to manifest. In order to pull the quantum field, that entanglement closer to you, you can match multiple different frequencies. So when people say feel it real, and they're implying to feel it real as in be fulfilled and be happy, it is most likely bullshit advice. Because you can be any type of emotion you want and manifest. You can be pissed off, you can be angry, you can be sad. It doesn't matter how you feel as long as you're saying the right things to yourself. That's why affirmations are king. Affirmations are always going to be king because they tell you, they tell your subconscious what to say and what to say in the dark under your entire intellectual mind. They tell you what to play in the background. Your life is determined 99% by your background music, your subconscious. If that background music, if that subconscious is saying the right things, like your affirmations are, that is usually what manifests. That's why when you're doing these affirmations, you want to be overall positive. But a great way to test this is my favorite number one affirmation. Isn't it wonderful? Everything always works out for me. Isn't it wonderful? Everything always works out for me. You say that on background in your head. Your life turns around in a few days. You don't need to be manifesting a specific thing. See, the difference is when you're manifesting a specific thing, like, oh, you want this SP, or you want this amount of money, or you want this car, or this job, or this situation, you need to wait for the stars to align, to have an alignment that you don't have a resistance to, so you can manifest that thing. But when you say, isn't it wonderful? Everything always works out for me. Multiple things can align around you. You can witness how your life improves with affirmation. This affirmation is the easiest way to show yourself proof, because you don't have to have resistance to be lucky or have something nice happen to you, because life is meant to be wonderful. Not many people have resistance to life being wonderful. We know life is wonderful. We just feel like life isn't wonderful at this time or this place or to me at this moment. But if we tell our subconscious life is wonderful, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Everything's always working out for me. We more likely manifest better situations around us, and it doesn't have any resistance. There's less likelihood of you having resistance for life being wonderful. And when that happens, you notice how life improves, and you show yourself proof in these affirmations. So if you need proof, if you need a reason to keep affirming, That's an easy way. I just gave you a hidden gem. If you're a newbie, and if you're new, and you want to get started and see actual proof, you don't need to believe me. You don't need to believe the comments. You don't need to believe anyone. You can just say, isn't it wonderful? Life is always working out for me. And boom, you'll have proof in a couple of days. And when I say it, all you need to do is say it in your head. Or you can say it out loud. There's two ways to affirm. Well, two ways I affirm. Focused affirming, where you sit down and you actually say it out loud. Isn't it wonderful? Everything's working out for me. And I try to visualize at the same time. Isn't it wonderful? Everything's always working out for me. And I usually visualize a happy scene because that's what it implies. Or you could do robotic affirmation robotic affirmation. That's the other one, is where you play it on background in your head, like a background tape. What you would do is you say, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Life always works out for me. In your mind, isn't it wonderful? Life always works out for me. I'm saying it quieter, but what I'm actually doing, if you imagine I didn't say it out loud, I'm just thinking it. And you can have full conversations, you can talk to people, you can carry about your day, and just remind yourself every so often to do it. You can pick some sort of time frame to do it. Maybe every time you look at your watch to check the time. Every time you look at your watch to check the time now you're going to affirm for 30 seconds. Now, throughout the day, you could affirm. You have a reminder. You have a physical reminder in real life to affirm. Now you can prove to yourself, because after you do this for a couple of days, it's going to work. You can forget about feeling it real, because feeling it real has not worked for you. Let's be honest. What the hell does feeling it real mean? You wanted me to sit here and feel like I actually have something that I don't? I don't know how it feels like to have what I want, because I'm trying to get what I want. Like, it doesn't make sense. If you just tell yourself how to think, your thoughts will do the work for you. You don't need to feel it. Your thoughts will bring a feeling to you. If I tell myself how to think, my thoughts will invoke an emotion. I don't need to skip the thought pattern and go straight to emotion. I can just tell myself how to think, because I have more control over that. And then I will feel however I feel after I'm thinking however I told myself how to think. It's not complicated. If I tell myself, isn't it wonderful? Life is always working out for me. It invokes a feeling after so many robotic affirmations, or so many focused affirmations. It invokes a natural feeling. Then you just keep saying it, and you most likely will feel neutral about your affirmations. And neutrality is the best frequency to match, because life is full of neutral moments. 60 to 80% of your life, depending on how dull you are, is full of neutrality. There's only a small fraction of times where you're angry, a small fraction of time where you're truly elated or happy or excited, a small fraction of time where you're sad. Those things make up lesser and lesser parts of your life. Neutrality is where we live. We wake up every day. Most likely, if you're a happier person, so be it. You're a happier person. But that is your neutral emotion. That's neutrality for you. If you're just a normal person, you wake up a normal day. You just live life. However your energy is, or your mood is, it's fine. It's still neutrality. Real sadness comes when you're crying. Real happiness comes when you're jumping for joy. We don't wake up in the morning and jump for joy. Maybe we wake up in the morning and smile because our lives are great, but that's still a form of neutrality. That extended period of emotion where you're elated and you're filled with fulfillment after you get a desire goes away after a couple of days. You give it 2 or 3 days, that emotion dissipates, and then you're back to neutral. You're back to talking like this, speaking like this, looking like this, and it's my normal state. I'm normally like this. I'm normally not, angry or pissed off or sad or really happy. I have a neutral state like this. I'm very neutral. I'm a very neutral guy. Some people maybe have a very happy, outgoing personality, but that's still their neutrality. That's still their neutral. So, when you're affirming, you'll eventually, after it brings you a sense of fulfillment, because that's what it first does, it slowly becomes to feel like neutrality. And then that's when great things start happening, because now you feel like it's normal. It is now normal for you to have a wonderful life. Isn't it wonderful? Because you said it to yourself. And now your life become wonderful because you said it's normal. You made it normal for you. Your mind, your subconscious thinks it's normal. You told it how to think, and you told it what you expect in your reality. Now, whenever you look around, something wonderful will be there because you told your brain, your communication line with the higher self, that life is wonderful, that everything always works out for you. And when this happens, something magical happens. It's low effort manifestation now. Now, if you all of a sudden now you have a wonderful life and you want to manifest something specific, you have less resistance because your life is already wonderful. You primed yourself to manifest better and greater things because you primed your life. The isn't it wonderful technique isn't just great for beginners to find proof. It's great for all people because once you improve your overall life, generally speaking, you have less resistance around manifestation. Now, if I want to manifest $1 million, I have less resistance around it because my life has been wonderful for X amount of time, depending on how long I've been doing this affirmation challenge. So not only is it going to be great for beginners, it's going to be great for the guys out there who's been rocking hard with affirmations, and maybe you guys are lacking results because you don't know the right methods or you don't have the right mindset, because half of this stuff is mindset. All you need is someone to talk to you and help you through certain situations, because honestly, if you just took a different perspective on how you're looking at things, you can see the good in anything, and you'll have less resistance overall. There's a lot of blockers we come up with when we're trying to manifest, and they're very easy to get around if you're looking at it from a third eye view. But if you're looking at it in first person mode, as the actual person feeling those issues, you don't really see solutions. Sometimes you have to physically get out of your body and look at your life from a third, like an eagle's eye view, so you can see what's wrong with your manifestation, what you're trying to bring about, or what you're doing wrong, and you'll come up with a solution for yourself. If you can't do that, you can try to get with me. I'm a coach, or try to get with another coach, or maybe a friend that's doing this with you. Send this video to a friend. Maybe you have a friend out there who's doing the same kind of journey. I know I don't, because manifestation is not really talked about in everyday life, and I think that's a shame. But if you're lucky enough to have a friend that watches the same type of content, and you guys talk to each other, you can bounce off of each other, and find out why your blockers are blockers. Because I'm telling you, someone from the outside looking in will find blockers, will find issues that you don't even know about, and you'll be able to get your manifestations faster. There's a whole bunch of techniques. There's a whole bunch of reasons why affirmations work. There's a whole bunch of reasons why feeling it real works, but it works for a whole lot less people than affirmations does. Affirmations work for overall more people in more situations all of the time. Feeling it real is just a way for some people to say they studied Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard was great. He is a great thinker, a great physio psychologist. Like, the way he thought about things was revolutionary, and it still is. We can learn a lot from him. Feeling it real does hold weight, but there are better ways to manifest, because feeling it real is hard if you don't know how to feel. And the thing is, there's many different ways to feel. I don't know why Neville was still stuck on the feeling of fulfillment, the feeling like you're living in the end, because there's more to living in the end. I can still be sad. I can still be angry. I can still be pissed off in the end. Just because I got my desire doesn't eliminate any other feeling. I don't have to feel elated and fulfilled and happy all the time. And I don't. Even after making my money, or manifesting my 3 businesses, or doing whatever I'm doing, I don't feel happy all the time. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's nice to have money. It's nice to be okay. But it's still, overall, I would say I'm the same person with the same kind of feelings. I have less issues now, so I have less reasons to be unhappy because money isn't an issue for me. So I don't have to worry about the same things I had to worry about before. But overall, I still feel neutral. The neutrality is king. Neutrality is the over encompassing, all encompassing feeling. And then maybe you feel less sad, less pissed off, less angry when you have money. But neutrality is really still there, still number one. Maybe sadness and anger are less of a feeling you have, but they're still there. And happiness, yeah, you're more happy because you have money now. But honestly, it's the same feeling as always. And I'm sure there's many people out there who've made money, who's gotten manifestations or desires manifested, or they got what they wanted, and they still feel normal after a couple of days. I'm telling you, it only takes a couple of days. You feel normal. Life is normal. Maybe you're overall more happy, right? But I would still say 70 to 80% of your life is neutral. And maybe you have more happiness. Now you're maybe 15% happy instead of only 10% happy. But you still have the other emotions. They're all there. There's multiple reasons to be sad or feel down or depressed or angry, especially anger. Anger, I feel like, doesn't go down that much because there's a bunch of things in life that makes people angry. It's just that the happiness grows a little bit, but all the emotions are still normal. And neutrality is king. If you can match the frequency of neutrality, which you are doing with affirmations make you neutral. Because when you say it enough, it becomes so tedious, especially with robotic affirmation. It gets stuck in your subconscious, and you just feel neutral about the whole thing. It's just normal for you to say the affirmation over and over and over again while you're doing other tasks, while you're going about your day in your head. And that neutrality is a big frequency match. So feeling it real does not have to mean happy or fulfilled. You can feel it real with neutrality or any other emotion. So that's why I think feeling it real is a bad term. Neville Goddard was definitely an innovator. But feeling it real is not, there's more to it now. We've had time to think. We had time to come up with better concepts. You know, the light bulb got better after Edison. The car got better after Henry Ford or whoever invented that. The plane got better after the Wright brothers. We can get better after Neville Goddard. He was just one guy. He was a great innovator, a great thinker. I love listening to his lectures and everything else. But we're allowed to get better. We're allowed to think greater and add more flavor, add more methods, add more knowledge onto his work. You can feel many different feelings and frequency match with many different feelings. Feeling it real does not need to mean happy or fulfilled. Yes, you can match that frequency, but you don't have to. You can manifest in an angry mode. You can manifest while you're crying your eyes out. You can manifest however you want. Just affirm and it will come. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.